Did Arkansas baseball get snubbed in hosting a regional?
Yes, but I don't think it's because of Arkansas baseball's performance. And I hate to say this, but I honestly think it has more to do with the perception of the state and the draw of the state. With these tournaments, they like to do stuff where there's going to be, people are going to want to be at this location, not just for the baseball, because they want to have a positive economic impact. They don't want people to show up, go to the hotel, go to the games and leave. That's not what they want. So I think to that end, I do think that Arkansas got snubbed. But I also don't think, I mean, when you look at the way that they finished out the season, there was a lot of strong wins. But also when you look at like that last game of the year, what was that? Oh, it was just yesterday. They lost they lost to Georgia 11-1. That was sizable. That was just sizable. The earlier beginning of the month, they had those games that were at home. There were some decent games in there. Like I think it's kind of a mixed thing, but I think it more had to do with the location than anything else.
So for me, I'm on the fence, and I hate being that way. I want to be one way or the other because, like you just said, they did have a strong closing, and they did actually have a better record than Mississippi State. So they maybe should have hosted instead of Mississippi State. And I mean, let's face it, let's call it what it is. The SEC tournament essentially doesn't mean anything. And I'm sorry, I'm sorry to say that, but it doesn't. It doesn't really mean anything. We could have the Razorbacks should have went and lost in the first round, and they still would have probably been in the same region as they just got put in with it. They're in the Lawrence region with Kansas and a few others. But for me, and Will and I were talking about this, some of these games early in the season, they should have won. They would win Friday, Saturday, and Sunday rolls around and they lose a game. Or they lose that midweek game. If they would have won a few more of those, I think they would have really stood a chance. And for me, they got snubbed. But at the same time, like, you should have been playing better throughout the whole season and not relying on the last week and a half, 2 weeks of baseball to determine whether you host or you have to not host. And maybe this is what the Razorbacks need. Maybe this is what they need because Georgia smacked them. Georgia smacked them in the mouth all game yesterday. Run ruled them 11-1. That is crazy. And a lot of people may think that I'm being biased here because I do live just outside of Fayetteville. I am kind of a Hogs fan. I'm born or a married in Hogs fan, but all bias aside, that Arkansas team should never get run ruled by anybody. I don't care who it is. They should never get run ruled because the talent on this Arkansas baseball team is phenomenal. Top to bottom, that pitching is good. Top to bottom, that lineup is great. At any given moment, the hitters can hit. And I don't know if it was the fact that Willis gave up the moth, because I don't know if you saw that in the game in the semifinal against Auburn, but one of the players on the bench caught a moth in the game, and ESPN could not stop talking about it. The whole every time something happened, they would show the moth, and they would just show the moth. I'm like, this moth has nothing to do with this baseball. But the guy every time would be sitting there he's talking into a microphone. And all of a sudden he went like this and he talked to the moth, and Helfrich smashes a home run. I mean, a monster shot, puts the Hogs up 2-1. And that's what ended up being the final score. But then yesterday they go against Georgia, and I understand Georgia's number one, but to get run ruled, I hope that is a wake-up call, because the Hogs are going to need that in the NCAA tournament if they want to get past the regional and super regional.
In the 2014 World Series MLB playoffs, there was a praying mantis that was found in the Royals dugout. And this is a true story. You can go back and look this up. And so they ended up catching it. And the Royals just keep doing well and keep doing well. And they keep doing well. And they're taking care of it. And they're doing well. They're doing that. They get to the World Series against the San Francisco Giant. They called it the Rally Mantis because nobody had the Royals making the run in 2014. The Rally Mantis disappears. I can't remember. I can't remember what happened. I think it had died. And the Giants controlled the entire World Series. When you have a rally bug, you have to take care of the rally bug. It's a baseball rule. It's been proven multiple times. You got to take care of the rally bug, or you're gonna lose. Because next year, 2015, the Royals, something that almost never happens when you lose in a championship series, championship game, World Series, Super Bowl, NBA Finals, whatever. The team almost never makes it back. But the Royals built up and they won it, but they didn't have a rally bug that year. So there was no bad luck to be attained because they didn't have one. So don't touch the bug or protect the bug at all costs. No in between.
He let it go after the game. I mean, I don't even know what happened to it. I don't know if it was alive. Like he was squishing it. That's all I know. He was he was like, and like he was like waving it around. I'm like, stop, just let the moth go, please. Like But anyway, whatever happened should never happen. And all bias aside, I mean, this team is great, and this team could be in the World Series if they stop making the plays that they made last night. I mean, it just seemed like nothing.